Further, Rutgers University Distinguished Service Professor Hooshang Anirahmadi joins me now live from Princeton in New Jersey. Hooshang, thanks for your time. What did you make of the various addresses at the UN Security Council? Claims from the Iranian ambassador, once again, of foreign interference in his country?
Well, obviously, there is a foreign interference in this episode. What's happening in Iran, it is very obvious that the opposition, at least part of the opposition, is trying its best to get the US and Israel and others involved in Iran's domestic affairs. I do condemn the suppression, the crackdown by the Iranian government, but I also condemn anybody on the Iranian side that is trying to get the US and others involved in this. I think this must be an Iranian matter. It has to be solved within Iran. Mr. Khamenei is responsible to take action in favor of the Iranian people, put together an election for the people to decide for their representatives, but the outside world has no business in getting involved. And those who are speaking, I can see some of them in this panel that are sitting there, and I am actually shameful, really shameful for those Iranians coming there to represent themselves as if they are Iranian people's representative. They are not. They are nobody. And I don't know why the Security Council will even ask them to come and sit there and talk for Iran.
Well, yeah, these are people that make claims that their lives have been threatened by the Iranian government on a number of occasions. The Iranian ambassador, just to pick up on your point about foreign interference, he blamed the protests being hijacked by ISIS, by Islamic State and other armed groups, although at the moment there's no credible evidence to suggest that. So he's trying to deflect from what's going on in his country.
Well, first, obviously in any protest and struggle against the central government in Iran, you can expect others in the region, from Daesh to everybody else, to get involved. But I believe the average people in the streets, the majority people in the streets, have nothing to do with Daesh or the people who are now sitting in the Security Council presenting themselves as Iran's people's representative. I think these are real people. The protest is genuine. The Iranian government has a responsibility toward its people. They must open up for democratic changes, and they must protect the Iranian people in the streets as opposed to suppressing them. Well, unfortunately, there are elements of foreign interference. There are elements of people who are working for foreign countries or foreign groups, and including Daesh perhaps, but they cannot use those few people as a pretext to put a very genuine, legitimate protest down. I think they have to offer the Iranian people, the people in the streets, after all, a solution, a way out. Mr. Khamenei, his government people, the president and the parliament have a responsibility to come up with a solution. And to me, that solution is a democratic election, an election without the interference of the Guardian Council, so that the Iranian people can elect their representatives. So I think both sides are doing it the wrong way. The opposition is trying to get US and Israel and others involved in Iran's domestic issue. The Iranian government is not offering the Iranian people a solution so that their life gets better and more improved.
And speaking of US involvement, Donald Trump appears to be keeping us guessing. He's been threatening military intervention or some form of intervention in the country for 2 weeks now. Although there appears to be a toning down of the rhetoric, perhaps on both sides, do you suspect that diplomacy will now take over?
I think first, the US has already hit Iran and destroyed a lot of the stuff in the country. And I don't know why they are trying to invade or to attack Iran the second time. And of course, the second time, in their view, will be perhaps a regime change, but you will never change Iranian regime from the skies. If you wanted to change a regime, you have to go in, to have to take the American soldiers in on the Iranian ground, and that will never, ever happen. So I think all of this bluffs about hitting Iran and so on, it just will not work. U.S. went and took the Maduro, the Venezuelan leader, and brought him to the U.S. But what replaced Maduro was his vice president. Even if the U.S. was to go and hit Iran, even hijack Mr. Khamenei, someone else will replace him. That's not the solution. That is to expand the killing field in Iran. Any foreign interference, any attack from Iran, from the U.S. on Iranian land, will just expand the killing field. And I don't think the U.S. should do it. I don't think Mr. Trump will do it. And I think the Iranian government and the U.S. government should sit down just like two adult people to solve their problems. I think the Iranian people are really caught in the middle, and they don't have to, they don't deserve that. They deserve a solution. They don't deserve, just threats of war, sanction, and then at the end, no solution for their life. Neither on the side of Iran, nor on the side of the opposition, nor the United States and others. The problem is nobody has a solution on the table. They all are talking about guns and use of guns, suppression, and so on. And that's the wrong way. This problem does not have a military, a gun-like solution. It needs a sort of like adults sitting around the table
diplomacy,
and come up with a solution, what I call a negotiated transition to a new Iran.
Indeed. Hooshang, we thank you very much indeed for your time. I appreciate you joining us on TRT World. Hooshang Anirahmadi there, joining us from Rutgers